Hi everyone, excuse me. Lisa here from lcdesigns. There was a little technical difficulty again. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Today I'm going to be using the Elegantly Said stamp set bundle with the punch. But I have a bunch of announcements again. Good morning, Debbie. Last week's winner of the Share My Video was Pam, so I have your address and I'll get Punch Party out to you. Somebody last week or a couple weeks ago wanted to try and win the Kangaroo and Company one again, and this will be retiring, I believe. So I have another set, so this is this week. So when you share my video, comment below that you share my video and you'll be entered in to win this stamp set this week. As always, with a $30 purchase, you can get my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial. This is the last week to get the May one. Starting in June, we are focusing on all new catalog product. Friday is the last day to get my wreath class. I can never say it correctly. So with this one, there's no registration link or anything. All you have to do is go into my online store and purchase the banners Pick-a-Punch and the hand pin DSP, because you'll need both of those to make your project. And I'll send you the rest of the stuff to create your wreath for free with the PDF and everything. But Friday is the last day to get this class. And then I also have my Plentiful Plants class. I showed you guys all the cards last week. This one will end on June 4th, so a week from this Friday, I believe, to get this class. There's 3 options. You can get the full bundle with all of the materials to make the cards, I believe like $65. And there's a $30 option. It doesn't include the bundle, but it includes all the materials and the PDF with both of them. And then the third option is PDF only. So for those of you that have already ordered the PDF only, I haven't sent it out yet because I added that third project, the box that the cards go in, but I haven't added it into the PDF. I hope to do that today. As soon as I finish here, I have my lymphedema appointment. When I get back, I will work on that, and then I will email those out to those who just purchased that. This Friday, the 28th, is going to be my second game night. So join me. It's 5 o'clock Pacific time, so that would be 8 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you have your catalog and maybe your running shoes on. We're going to play a bunch of games, and I'll have prizes. And please share with your friends. The more people, the better. The more competitive it is. It's just a lot of fun, so hopefully you'll be able to join me for game night. The host promotion is still going on, where you can get the extra $25. The join promotion is going to be ending on Monday, so there's only a few days left on that. So you can get $155 worth of product plus free shipping, which is like another 10% savings, all for $99. If you have any questions, just let me know about that. I have my ordering special that if you spend $50 in my online store, you'll get a free retired bundled from me. I think that's the announcements, and my project sheet has been uploaded. Just the thing on this is, if you are watching this replay on YouTube, I always have the link below in the description to the project sheet. Some people are having a problem accessing it. I think you have to have like a Google account to access it. I'm not sure the workaround to that. I'm trying to figure it out, but once I figure it out, I'll let you know. But you can always come onto this page and access it as well. I just, Google, I'm not a tech person actually, so let me just check to see that we are in the right place now that I went over all of that. But yeah, I'm not sure how that works with Google. I thought I was able to, you know, people were able to access it. I put it in a place where everybody could access it, but apparently a few people have had some problems. So today, this is going to be our first project. It's a little gift box, and we're going to do a lot of embossing. I actually kind of got a little bit carried away with embossing on vellum. So I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to make this box. So we're going to start out with basic gray. And I want to put my instruction sheet away. So this is going to be 8.5 by 9.5. So let's go 9.5. And this is already 8.5. And now we're going to score it. Hopefully everybody's having beautiful weather. It's supposed to turn really nice here today. It's been nice, it's just we get cold in the evenings. So this is the long side, the 9.5 side. We're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 6 3/4. Then the short side, 2 3/4 and 5 3/4. And I should have cut my piece of DSP at the same time. Let me grab the DSP, which, okay, I swear I had it in here. Which DSP did I use? Leave it to me. I don't know if that piece is going to be big enough. I need a 5 by 6. That's 6. Okay, that piece will be big enough. So that was 6, correct? So then we just need 5 on this. Yeah, everybody's been having crazy weather, but hopefully you're getting some sort of spring-like weather. Okay, so this piece is 5 by 6, and we're going to score the long side, the 6-inch side, at 1 and 5. And be careful with this paper, because I went so hard, even though it's got that gold and silver embossing, I tore through it. And so the short side we're going to score at 1 and 4. And then that should be it on the scoring. So, yeah, we had a pretty good time. I mean, we had a real good time at camping. It's always nice to be in nature. It was, the weather was perfect. You know, just in the evenings, it got cold. The last time we were there, these score lines are hard to see. We're going to burnish all these. Hopefully I fold it straight. The last time we were there, the fires were going on. We originally had booked, it was last year, and they had to cancel because everybody was being evacuated. But we eventually got to go, so we're just going to cut these. Let's go this way. Cut up the tabs. I could tell already I cut that cricket. I can't even see. But yeah, the weather was perfect. It got cold at night, but then, you know, that's when the campfire comes in. And just sit around and talk all night long. And so these, I am going to use my liquid glue. This Elegantly Said Designer Series paper is so pretty because it has the gold and silver. But we don't have silver foil paper anymore. So I'm going to show you a trick to what I did instead of not having the silver paper. So this piece here is the lid. The basic gray is the bottom. We're going to put that box together pretty much the same way. You need to hold these for a little bit, but I didn't. So this one we're going to do the same. I'm going to grab my big scissors. But what I'm going to do here is so that it's not bulky, is I'm going to cut these corners diagonally. So I just, where I cut it, that's the side I cut off. And cut it. And cut it. Looks a little funny. Looks like a funny piece of paper after you cut it. And cut it. Kind of seems like a lot of waste, but believe it or not, I save these scraps and I use them for flowers or whatever. And so these are just going to go in like this. But I use them for, I use all my scraps for a lot of flowers. And you know, like those little containers I showed you last week, I put all those pieces in there, and then that way when I need them, I could just go get them. And actually, one of our projects, we're going to use some of those sentiments that we made last week. Let's put this over here like this. That way you can keep on using those sentiments. So there's our box. Let's hope this is stuck good enough. And this is going to go like this right on here. I'm not sure why my... Hi, Wendy. Hi, Pam. I see you guys are all here. You save your scraps too. Yeah, you'll be surprised how much you can do with scraps. I do have an abundance of them, but I do have my scraps. It's funny. Am I frozen to you guys? Hi, Jan. I hope I'm not frozen. Okay, there. My theme was showing frozen. So next what we're going to do is we're using the punch. We're going to punch out a gold piece. I already have my white piece punched out because I don't know what I did with my white paper. So we'll put those aside. We have the doilies. So these vellum doilies, what I did is I cut one in half. So I already cut this one in half because I used the half for my other project. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it gold with the gold embossing powder. So we got a lot of embossing to do here. This one's silver. We'll save that for later. This is gold. And all I did here, let me make sure that I'm in the camera. My thing keeps freezing, so I hope you guys are seeing me. Is I just press this on here like this. And maybe grab this in and then just press this on here like this. And of course you're gonna have to touch one end, but we'll fix that end that won't have where you're touching it. The embossing powder's missing. You can see actually there's another spot here missing. But we'll fix that. Let me turn this around. Get this out of the way. And bear with me for a second. But we're just going to emboss right onto this doily. See how pretty that gold is? Now we have a gold doily. So pretty. What a difference that makes. There's a spot here that needs a little bit more. So isn't that pretty? Oh, it keeps glitching. Yeah, I don't know. I even had my, I was on the phone with my internet provider yesterday because I kept having it broken. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? So we're going to just touch up those two sides. And we're going to just there and this side over here. And then we can just spoon it on where we know we need it. And if it gets on the other place, the other spots, it's okay. For some reason, it doesn't look like it's sticking there. But I don't know. Maybe once we turn it on, it'll just make it like thicker. So there, look at how pretty that looks compared to this. What a difference. So I'm not going to put the gold away yet because now we're going to use our tag and we're going to use the wishing you a wonderful birthday. So you can do this two ways. You can stamp, you know, the wishing you a wonderful birthday first if you want, and then emboss it, or you can do them both. It's just you got to be able to see where it is. I can see it, so this obviously don't fit all the way, but we're gonna just, and then this one we can hold from the little notch on the top, but it's up to you. My first one that I did, I think I stamped the, I don't know what you call it. Uh-oh, mine's got stuff there. And you know what? My little paintbrush that I always use to get it off fell behind my table, and I meant to get it, and I didn't. I don't know how I'm going to do this without getting it. It was my bad. I didn't use my embossing buddy first, too. But we'll just do it so you guys can get the idea. It's going to be a little bit, there's going to be some gold flakes in there. Now I just messed it all up. Of course, like I said, my little paintbrush went rolling behind my desk, and I can't, it's up against the window, so I can't really get to it. I mean, it's a chore. I just can't reach. So we're going to do it. This is going to not be the prettiest, but we'll go ahead and do it and emboss it. I just won't adhere it, or maybe I should do the back side. That's what we'll do. We'll do the back side, because there's always two sides to the paper. So here, I'll do my, there might have been embossing powder on the, oh, I'm just doing wonders here. Okay, let's try this again, see if it's any better. So we'll do wishing you a wonderful birthday. I don't think this side's gonna be any better. I look like I messed it up too. But we won't adhere it, and I'll fix it later if that's the case. But I like this set. This set, you can use this for anniversaries, birthdays, thank you. It's a little bit better. I messed it up. I don't know what's up there on top. And plus I bent it. Yeah, you can emboss the doilies because they're a vellum, and we're gonna do a lot more embossing on the vellum. I'll show you. Like I said, I got like obsessed with it after I did my doily. So for the doily now, we're gonna go ahead and stick this on. I even tried embossing, so I'm just adhering a couple of glue dots. I was even using, I still have the clear embossing powder, so I was doing some, adding some color to some of the vellum. I didn't stick that the greatest. Leave it to me. So with this gold piece, we're just going to cut this right in half. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a dimensional to each piece. So we'll add a dimensional here, a dimensional here, and see this, I don't know what got on this. Things like that, I tell you, they only happen on the lives. So we're just going to stick this here so it looks like we have a layer in the back. Oops. Like that. And then here. There. So now, so it looks really crooked. But it'll work. We're going to put some more goodies behind it. So we'll put this one right here. And now I'm going to show you how we did the vellum. See the... So I used this die here from the Flourishing something dies. It's the one that goes with the Forever Fern. And look what I have today. I'm going to try my Stampin' Cut Boss machine. The only reason I hadn't been using this one is because the magnetic plate, it doesn't have one. But we're going to use it today. So we're going to cut this one out. The name of these dies are on my project sheet. Actually, it's Forever Flourishing Dies. Let's get this out of the way. And let's get this thing. I could fill the embossing powder all over my workspace. But since we didn't have silver foil where I could have just cut this out with silver foil, we're going to emboss it on the silver. My thing, I feel like there's embossing powder all over. So let me switch out the colors. We're going to do this one in silver. And this, you know, getting the Versamark, like I showed you too. Just dip it in with your fingers. It's like your fingers don't get sticky, but if you have some baby wipes, just you can wipe your fingers with baby wipe. Because I'm just kind of like touching the paper. So we're just going to put Versamark and do the exact same thing. Like I said, some spots might be lighter because there's not a lot of Versamark on it. And let's do this. Okay, bear with me for a second. And that's so pretty, turning silver. And you would never even know it's the vellum, really. I hope you guys can hear me over this. I'm not sure why this is all bumpy here. Yes, I'm not sure why that's kind of bumpy there. But again, if there's any spots missed, which where I was using here for the handle, we'll just do that over. And then this doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to get that silver instead of the vellum. And just again to add some texture under that tag. Oops. Not really sure what I did there, that's kind of bumpy. But again, we'll just add some glue dots to this. And we'll slip it right under there just to add a some texture, another layer. And put it right under our tag. I probably shouldn't have put the tag on first. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I'm gonna have to put this one like that because I have the tag on, and I'll probably rip the paper. But it's still fine. So you can see the difference. This one's tucked under is where it's showing on both sides, but isn't that cool that you can just emboss right onto the vellum, and then you I could not find my copper, but you know, these are a set now, so you get all these colors, and then it also comes with the copper and black, but I could not find my copper, which I would have loved to use on one of the other projects, but I couldn't find it. Remember last week how we were saying how things get lost and we can't find it? Well, I'm sure as soon as this live is done and I go to do something, I'll find that copper embossing powder. It could be behind my desk. I tell you, things roll behind my desk and I can't see them. I have to literally crawl on the ground and get behind there to find it. This is a little bit loose. My leaves are getting tangled up in there. And then we're just going to use this elegant trim and make our bow and finish our box off. Isn't that pretty? We're done. It's be much prettier if I hadn't messed it all up. I'm still going to change this tag, but there's our first project right there. Isn't that cool with the vellum? All right, let's move on to project number 2. Let me clean up these stamps. I won't be using these anymore, but to get them out of the way. I really wish I had found the copper embossing powder, but it'll do without. Let me get all this. I got stuff all over the place. Especially I could really feel the embossing powder. I need to break out my mini vacuum cleaner for a second, so I can get all that embossing powder. You know, when you go to heat it up, it blows all over. Okay, so now we're gonna do a mini paper pumpkin box, but we're gonna do a bunch more of the embossing. This one I did gold, and then this I did silver. So let's start by putting our paper pumpkin box together. Just fold all these creases. I always forget to use these paper pumpkin boxes. You could put a lot of stuff in it. This could be like an anniversary gift, you know, and things don't have to fit perfectly in the box. Like, you can put a gift card with make your actual card and put it in here with a gift card. There's a lot of ways to use these boxes. You can fit a lot of things. You want to bake some fresh cookies, you can fit some cookies in there. These tags off. Okay. So our box is together. And I still need to get that off. Okay, so we're going to use a piece of smoky slate. And we're going to, it is going to be cut at 5 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 5. And this is another trick that you might have seen before. I like to do this where I add the ink to my embossing folder. So this is the Parisian embossing folder. Now let's hope I get it on the right side. I think I put it on the Stampin' Up side. And all I do is put my ink on it. And then we're gonna stick our piece of paper in here. You know what, I think I might have did the wrong side. I can't remember now. We're gonna put our paper in there. We are gonna get our Stampin' Cut emboss machine, but I have to change these plates out. It's just this one. The seam always goes in. And we're going to use the gray plate, number 4. And watch how pretty our paper comes out if I did the right side. I think I did. Either way, it's going to be. And then it embosses it up and the ink goes like on the bottom. So I did do the right side. So again, just to add some texture, so we're just going to stick that right on top of our box. But I like doing that a lot too. Adding, and then you just go wash your embossing folder. You know, they're water-based ink, so it'll come right off. Doesn't damage it in any way, shape, or form. I left a little border on each side. And then our DSP is going to be 12 by 2.5. So of course this is already 12. So we'll just cut this at 2.5. And it was kind of funny that this sort of matched this with the swirls. I just happened to, and you can actually cut this shorter. It doesn't have to be 12. I just already had it at 12. And I kind of want to put I put mine in the front because then we can cover it up. But you could see, obviously, this can be cut way shorter than 12. And this is just going to be a belly band, so we don't want it secured to the box. So we'll put a little bit of glue here. And then we'll put some more over here. I think I might have put my band a little bit too loose. Usually I push these. That's the nice thing about the glue. You can lift it up. I usually go around and secure all those. So there's our box. And we can move this band if we need to. Move it up. I think I did my other one up. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll be hidden. Okay, so now here's another trick, and I might have I might have a problem doing it. Silly me. I was trying yesterday and I kept struggling with it. So we're gonna hope it works today. So we're gonna use a piece of Very Vanilla, which is 1 3/4 by 4. And we're gonna make this tag a little bit longer. That's what we're trying to do. So instead of the small little tag like this, oops, these are those pieces that I was talking about. See, I did the color on this. I used soft succulent on the vellum with the clear embossing powder. See how pretty those are? Oops, this one's upside down, but so I was playing around afterwards. So we're gonna make this little tag longer. The easiest way I found was you put it in, oh wait, how did I do this now? Okay, we're gonna go this way. Put it in and then lift this up, and then we'll do the bottom after. So like this, other people put it in this way. I was struggling to get it to line up. So see up here, we wanna make sure that that's all the way up and punch it. And then my pieces weren't coming out. Oh, but there we go. So now with this one, we have to go the opposite. And we're gonna pull this up. Oops. This was the easiest way. I could not get it to line up at all. And then we're gonna turn it this way, and then the same at the bottom here. And we're gonna just punch it. So now we have a longer tag. So I'm sure there might be an easier way, but that's how it worked for me. Oh my gosh, was I struggling with that. So we're gonna emboss it, and maybe we can do all the embossing at once. So let me get some more vellum. I'll use this piece. We're gonna cut out the, well, the other ones I stamped first. So where did I do my stamp? Right here. So we can go ahead and do these two first because they're both gonna be in the silver. So Versamark, this one says, true love stories last forever. I think my mom and dad were a love story. And we'll put the silver on real quick. I know this embossing takes up a little bit of time. I forgot to use my embossing buddy again. And of course, I can't get to my paintbrush. And today I'm kind of rushing because I have my appointment right at 11:30. So I'll go ahead and do these. Oops. See, that's how embossing powder gets all over. So let's emboss these. Put the vellum first. Seems like on the vellum it also embosses a lot quicker. We used to have colored embossing powders, which I love. I think one year we had the in color colors. And so there's those. Now we're gonna have to switch and go to gold for our next piece. Where's that little vacuum cleaner? Get all this embossing powder. Okay, now, well, let me get this back out and we'll just cut our pieces since we can do it all at once. Now it's learning to use this after using the Big Shot for so long. I can do those two. Where's my die? I can only cut out one at a time though, because I only have one of those. And I'm not sure that I'm doing this right. Yeah, I think I need the other one. I needed to put the other one on first. There. And see why I like the magnetic plate, because sometimes these things move. So I try to hold it as I go in. And there's one. And see how pretty that is with the silver. let's do the second one. And I wonder if I have enough here for this one. No, I need to get another piece of vellum. These ones I stamped first and then embossed. The other ones, the bigger leaf ones, I just cut them first and then embossed them. Let me cut a piece of vellum for this next one. But it's up to you, because I didn't stamp on this one. We're just going to stick it in like we did the others from the first project. And we're going to make this piece gold. So we have our silver pieces. My paper's moving all over. Now we're going to use this gold. It's coming out here. Oops, did I rip it? So I really hope you guys can join me for game night this Friday. Like I said, we had so much fun last time. You do a little bit running around if you want to be the winner of some of the games. I actually have to do my games. I haven't done them yet, so I still have to come up with them. Like I said, I've been playing catch up. So we're just going to do the same here. Put some Versamark. At least the Versamark, see, it doesn't even look like it's on my hands. At least it's not like green ink or something. Then you're going to go around with green fingers. And you can keep doing this process over and over until you get, you can make it thick. It'll be, if you keep doing it, it'll just be really thick. Let's get the stem part of it. I think I missed some of this here. Get that out of the way. So like I said, you really don't even know that this is vellum, right? Once it's done. So like if you wanted these in black with the black embossing powder, they would look pretty. Sometimes just black and white projects. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. So now, this time I'll go ahead and add my pieces first before my tag. And we're just going to layer them on. Let's see me putting the glue dots on. And even once you put it down, oops, my glue dot stuck to my finger. Even once you put it down, you can move them. I'm going to move this down a little bit. You could add more glue dots. Like say you want to add one under here and hold it. I was grabbing glue dots from the wrong spot. That's why they're getting all over me. Out of glue. And just add some there. And do you guys like this vellum trick? So you can have embossed vellum. We'll put this one under. And we will add our bow. It's like I said, it's a little bit time consuming. Not sure if you would want to make a bunch of these projects that are embossed, but you have a special occasion and you want to make a fancy gift packaging. So I know this is like lower than I did my first one because my seam on my first one was up top. And oops, now we're going to use the gold twine. And we'll just make a bow and just put it at the end there. I'm getting nervous. I'm watching the time because of my appointment. I don't even know why I scheduled an appointment on a Wednesday. I was going Tuesdays and Thursdays. I didn't even realize I had this appointment. We'll cut that. I think we're good though, right? I might have to cut the last project quick. I think that one's a little bit more detailed. So then just add your bow there, and there's your box. So pretty fancy. So that's project number 2. Let's get all this out of the way so we could start number 3. And hopefully, I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to show you the whole box, just maybe not the contents. But you'll already know because it was what we did last week. Just a different kind of box. Okay, so all of that's out of the way. So now we're going to do this box here. And inside this box is some 3x3 cards like we made last week. And I just use those same tags. So I probably won't be able to have time to show you how to do this, but you guys know from last week, same thing. But look, I used the other tags and then I just used the DSP, put them in this box, and another cute little gift for someone. So this one won't have as much embossing. All right, I'm not gonna tie it up because we need to get going. So this one, we have the black, the basic black, and it's 8.5 by 11, so it's a full sheet of cardstock. And on the long side, we're gonna score it at 2.5, 3.25, 6 3/4, and 7.5. The short side, we're going to score at 1 3/4, 2.5, 6, and 6 3/4. And that should do the score. Oh, darn. I bumped it on my desk. So we will burnish all these lines. And as I burnish these lines, I have a template to show you of what gets cut out. So this is what's going to get cut out, all those X's. So I put that there so in case you want to do a screenshot of it or whatever so that you could see what needs to be cut out while I burnish these lines. Okay, so this is the way that this is the bigger section, this is the smaller section. So we're going to cut out these 3 pieces first. Let me make sure. So you cut that out. Cut that out. And then these little flaps can actually go all the way. Does it go that way? Now I'm confused. I think it goes all the way this way. So you can cut this all the way up. But just make sure you don't cut that little tab out. I'm like nervous because I'm using these big scissors and I'm not used to using them. So on this side, we're just going to cut all those 4 sections out on the bigger side. Oh, that little tab too. So I hope this makes sense. It will once we put it together. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So see all those pieces are cut out? Okay, so now these 2 will go in the inside. And I'm gonna go ahead and use Seal Plus just to save us some time. Put these in here like this. And then these 2 are going to go in like that, and then this goes over it. So Seal Plus, you can use your liquid glue if you want. And just line these up. I know my cutting was not the greatest, so. And then this is going to go like that. So there's our box. So now we're gonna do, I already have my copper piece cut. So see why I wanted the copper embossing powder that I couldn't find? So this copper piece is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and we're gonna cut a piece of this 3 by 3. But I wanted my copper embossing powder that I could not find so that I can make my flower on our tag in copper to match the DSP. So see, the flower we used here, I wanted that to be in copper. But we're going with silver. So we'll just adhere these together. Oops, I already stuck it. And actually, I told you the wrong dimensions. I cut that wrong. This is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then this should be 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So we're gonna put this, actually that goes on with dimensionals. And we're gonna tie our, now all of a sudden I got in a rush because I'm worried about my appointment, and I shouldn't be. Sorry, you guys. So we're gonna tie this first. And let's pretend we put our cards in it already. And then this is going to go on with dimensionals. I cut this pretty big. And like I said, you just make the cards exactly like we did last week. Get an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and you can get three mini cards out of it. So we'll put this on here. And I actually already have some of these tags out, so we can use that. See, on this one I stamped first, and then, so it depends on how you want to do it. As long as you can see it, you can do however you want. So this is going to be all the things you do are simply amazing. And then the flower, let's hope that I don't stamp on it because I'm taking a chance. This is silver, the color that we want. And if you were using the copper, you would have to definitely do the silver first and then the copper. But like I said, I'm pretty sure as soon as we're done here, I'll find my copper embossing powder. Okay, let's get our heat tool. gonna have your children, Pam? I had mine last week before we went camping and couldn't get that much done. Not that they're needy, it was just, you know, wanting to make sure that they're fed and everything. So we're going to put some dimensionals behind this. Put it on our card, on our box. So originally I had made this box to fit a cookie in it. And speaking of grandchildren, ate the cookie. So I had to come up with another item that could go in the box. So, oh, we're not done. I thought we were done. We're not done. We have to add some vellum. We're not gonna emboss this vellum though. Yeah, it's funny. My cookie disappeared. I'm like, where's my cookie? Of course, I don't know. I don't know. So these are, again, are the flourishing dies. Forever flourishing. Gotta remember that. I like these dies so much because these you can add you know, layers with the pieces. Okay, where's my other one? Oh, right here. Okay, so what I did with these is I cut them in half, right in the middle. Cut them in half. And then just used glue dots to put them right underneath the tag. So I put 2 here and then 2 on the bottom corner. Oops. And then we'll add 2 at the bottom. Can you guys think of anything else would go into this box? Besides, you know, at the stores they sell individually wrapped cookies. So that would fit in there. And there's our box. But you can make the 3x3 card. I think those 3x3 cards are cute little gifts to give to a coworker or somebody. Just a small gift, but here's our third and final project completed. I didn't add none of this twine on those cards, but you could definitely use the gold and silver twine on them like I tied with the baker's twine last time. But there's our third project. This was our second project. And this was our first project. Hopefully you could see them all in the camera. So that's it for today. I hope to see you guys on Friday with my game night, or at my game night. We will try and start right at 5 o'clock. And I have a lot of prizes to give away. And if you want these make and takes, you just need to place a $35 order by next Monday, which is the 31st, which ends our joining promotion. But use this host code here, and that host code will let me know to send you these projects. You guys have a great rest of your week, and thank you so much for all your compliments. Have a great rest of your week, and I hope to see you guys Friday. Take care. Bye.